Smashing. But not Karl Pilkington.
No, Karl, no.
He's gone back to Manchester, innit? It's better than London. Yeah. You don't know it. Manchester's better than London. Instead, Claire Sturgis.
Claire Sturgis round of applause for Claire,
thanks.
The posses,
She's coming there in sort of the camouflage gear, and is that quite trendy? Is that what the kids are wearing?
It's funny. Someone actually mentioned that this morning.
Or are you on manoeuvres?
Yeah, I am actually, taking time out this morning from what I normally do.
Sure.
I missed the second half, talking like that, of Celebrity Boot Camp.
I don't know what that
Coolio.
Is it?
The fella from Milli Vanilli.
What, the one that's not dead?
No, the one that killed himself, Steve.
Okay. No, I just want to clarify for people. A lot of people don't realise that one of them is dead.
Right.
I thought it was important to mention it.
Actually, I didn't know.
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought it through.
No.
It was a piece of interesting Milli Vanilli trivia that I had, and I wanted to slip it in.
But it wasn't really trivia, because it was a question. You went, what? The one who's not dead.
What I'm saying, Rick, is I could have found a more tactful way of bringing up the death of one of Milli Vanilli, because I think there's a lot of people out there now upset, maybe Claire
actually,
didn't realise.
people who didn't know.
That's quite a shock. I didn't see, I mean, I should have sat people down.
Who died? Vanilli or Milli?
I think it was Milli.
No, it's Vanilli.
I don't know,
no, but I didn't know. I'm guessing, actually, I'm guessing.
Wait, I'm not confusing Milli Vanilli and Scritti Politti, because, I mean, that is a danger.
Oh, no, you're thinking of, the fellow out of Grumple Palumple. He was amazing.
He was amazing. It's a great shame that he topped himself.
Grumple, they're not around this. Anyway, cool, we've got some great tunes lined up. We're gonna play today, our favourite singles
it's favourite tunes, some of which didn't quite make it as singles maybe, but tunes of the year, because obviously Christmas very soon, and we'll be away for a short time.
I think next week we'll be doing our favourite Christmas songs of all time.
Yeah, I'm worried we're not going to fill 2 hours with that. I mean, how many times can you play Shakin' Stevens before...
Fairy Tale of New York.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the only one, isn't it, really?
That's the best one. That's the best Christmas song
That one's good,
ever.
but obviously there's Joni Mitchell's The River. That starts with a kind of Christmassy feel.
Beautiful.
I don't think if there's anything else. Not great deal.
The Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping.
Is that one?
Is that brilliant? Is that good?
Yeah.
So This Is Christmas, John Lennon. Paul McCartney came out with Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
Christmas time, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but John's was Happy Christmas War is over.
Yeah.
Of course it wasn't, but
but I mean, at least he wanted to be.
He was dreaming of it. He was dreaming of it.
Yeah. I mean,
and bless him.
And to show how much
John Lennon's dead as well. I don't know if anyone's...
Yeah, no, they do.
Oh, yeah, that's just another bit of rock and roll trivia.
I like John's protest against war. He stayed in bed for a week.
Yeah.
I've been doing that. I've been protesting against war for ages.
Yeah.
I'm eating hamburgers
absolutely.
against war.
Absolutely.
I just go into Burger King on the way here. I went to the counter.
But of course, that's not product placement there, and there's a number of other burger joints that people may wish to go to if they choose.
Going to McDonald's.
Yeah,
exactly. McDonald's. But I went into Burger King because it's close.
It's convenient. It's convenient, but then often McDonald's will be convenient.
Convenient. McDonald's is just convenient. Depends where you are.
Just as convenient depending where you are.
And I said, could I have a cheeseburger and small fries? Take away, please. And he recognised me. He went, "Oh, I've seen you on telly enough, won't you?" He went, "There's your meal." So I went, "Thanks." He winked and went, "I'll put large fries in."
Brilliant.
So that's so it's paying off at last. True genius is being rewarded by the burger joints.
Because I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've been with you, and we've gone to a restaurant and someone's given you a free meal or whatever. And it's the way that it's like you don't ask for it; it's just kind of offered. But I don't know what they're expecting in return.
Nothing.
I mean, do they think that you'll go away and you'll always think fondly of Chad who works in Burger King?
I just think they think, oh, I don't know. They make.
I'm going to give him a little treat.
Yeah. I know, I don't like it, but then I'm always grateful, and I never...
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm slightly embarrassed.
Did anyone around you hear what had happened?
No.
Because I imagine the resentment, just the whole room
No,
turning
they
on
didn't.
you.
I had to go around telling them. I went, I said, "Excuse me, did you hear that?" He goes, "No." He just gave me the free thing because I'm on the telly. And I went, "I don't recognise." I went, "You don't recognise me?"
I'm terrified now that, that someone could be listening at Burger King HQ. You know, I'm assuming this is an unorthodox procedure.
And that little fella's got fired.
But they know it's Leicester Square now, because I just mentioned it. So they know which Burger King it is.
Oh my god. I don't know.
What was his name?
Ralph Littleton. He had a name badge. Number 342.
Well, I just hope Littleton doesn't get in trouble.
So, what are we gonna play
That could be
first?
a sad Christmas for him. He's probably keeping his whole family afloat.
Bit of Springsteen.
Well, tunes of the year. I mean, I know people dismiss Springsteen, but, as I say, the gig I went to see earlier in the year, I made it in the end.
Sturgis couldn't believe we were gonna play Springsteen.
Brilliant. I just think, leave aside what you think is cool and trendy and the fact that he's older now or whatever else.
Really?
Just leave all that behind and just listen to the tunes, because, he remains a great musician.
Lonesome Day?
Lonesome Day is the current single, and it's the first track on the album. And,
free chips.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. The boss.
Do we care if it's trendy?
I don't care.
We're like Huey Lewis. It's hip to be square, Steve.
We should play some Huey.
Oh, we can't.
Can we?
No.
Oh, come on, the power of love.
No.
Oh.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes one man
beat, makes another man sing. I don't know what's going on there.
It's
weird,
strange.
isn't it?
It's strange.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
Springsteen there.
Yeah, no, obviously he's playing again next year sometime.
I bet even trendy people thought, well, yeah, it's all right.
But
yeah.
I mean, I
bet they wanted to rock. I bet they wanted to drive along a freeway.
Well, I think you've got to be hard pushed to turn over the channel if you're driving and that's playing. Who wouldn't want to be driving a car while that's playing? You know? Down an open freeway.
We are sounding. I know there's a little bit of irony in it, but we are sounding like Dr. Fox. Did you see the final of Fame Academy?
No, I don't watch Fame Academy.
Foxy got in there. He was in the audience.
Really?
No.
Yeah, not
Foxy
enough being on Pop Idol. He was in there. And do you know who was sitting next to him?
Next to
in
Foxy?
disguise.
In disguise?
In disguise, he had a little beard and a woolly hat on, looked like a bad drawn boy. Mackenzie Crook.
Really?
And we had to, we taped it, yeah, and I went, it is, and we taped it, and he was there. So he's back from America.
Was it obviously a false beard?
No, I think he's...
Is he befriended Foxy?
I don't know.
Are they hanging out together
We're
now
gonna see
on
him
the
tonight.
honk?
We're gonna see him
What
tonight.
was he doing in the States then? What was he doing?
He's doing a film,
Yeah,
so
Mackenzie.
yeah.
In fact, he probably is wearing a beard. He plays, we can't say too much about it, he's playing a pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we'd make a good pirate.
Yeah, exactly. So far he's been cast as a pirate and a ghost, which seems to make sense.
Oh dear.
So, I'll be pumping in for information about Foxy, because, you know, I'm a big fan of Foxy, as you know.
I know.
Both a DJ and a medical man.
I like the way that you got pumping and Foxy in the same sentence.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I loved him.
Calm down.
Did you just say you're going to see him tonight? Is it Comedy Wars tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the big
so
do,
exciting.
yeah.
You're going, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Very boring, I'm afraid.
What?
Very traditional tuxedos.
Tuxedos. We went shopping together and bought them. It's quite sad. I don't know. I should have said that. Lost a certain degree of rock and roll cool.
It was funny because I went straight in. I went 42 chest, 36, 30 leg. That's fine, right? Steve, I had to stay there looking at Steve trying about 9 jackets so the arms weren't too short.
Yeah.
I suggested at one point go down to London Zoo and see what the gibbons wear because it's every single
those jackets you see them wear when there's an organ grinder. No, who's making those?
I want one of those. It's 6'9".
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Have you got the cummerbunds and things? You've got.
Well, this is the thing. My father phoned up. You know, I have conversations with my parents, which are always they'll phone up and it'd be like, "All right, how's it going? Yeah. What are you having for tea? What are you having for tea? Probably having a lovely. I'll probably have a spaghetti bolognese tonight, Dad. Oh yeah. What have you had, Dad? Oh, your mother just made a lovely lasagna, Steve. I mean, it literally, that's the conversation. It's like, yeah, I think every parent is they're just interested in food that you've eaten, food you're planning to eat, food you've enjoyed in the past, because they just want to know you're eating.
That is
And then, have you got enough vitamin C? Got enough vitamin C tablets? Because I can always send you some. I can buy them myself, Dad. I'll send you some. It's not a problem. Dad, I don't need to. So anyway, he says, what have you done? You know, and I'm trying to think. I think to myself, he'll be impressed if I bought a tuxedo. I say, I bought a tuxedo.
Will he like that? Yeah.
He said, you bought a tuxedo. Why didn't you rent it? I said, well, it was quite cheap. He went out cheap. Told him the price. He went, no, it's not bad. Elaine! You just bought a tuxedo! You just bought a tuxedo, Elaine! Yeah! He said, have you got a cummerbund? I said, a cummerbund. I said, do I need a cummerbund? He said, well, you're gonna be dancing?
Like he knows the
Like he knows, like he's some kind of, I don't think the man's ever worn a suit, let alone a tuxedo. What does he know about?
I love your dad.
Gonna be dancing? I just the idea of him being at some kind of do, and right, Elaine, jacket's off, cummerbund's on, time for a dance.
You know a cummerbund? Do you wear it over your braces then? Because those things are, because you're not wearing a belt, I assume.
No, you wear it under the braces, I think.
No, you don't.
Do you? I don't
wear
know.
it over it, don't you?
Over the belt, but braces is different.
There's no belt.
Well, no,
There's
if
no
you...
belt on a tuxedo, is there?
No, you're right. No, you're right. It is over the braces.
Sorry, how many people tuned to XFM are worrying about the etiquette of
No,
cummerbunds?
but this is important because of the Comedy Wars which is going on. It's live tonight.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, that's
But I'll tell you
why
this, Rick, I tried on the tuxedo I bought yesterday, I got a new shirt as well. I look like James Bond. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I do look like
can't
James
wait.
Bond. I look exactly like him. It's uncanny. It is uncanny.
Really? Because the bloke in there said you look like a lanky streak of piss and I looked good.
No.
No, he did.
Because as you were walking out the shop, he called me back in and said, you know that...
I know, that was for show. That was for show. Because when, the very last time when you were definitely...
He said you looked like Oddjob. He said you looked like Oddjob.
No, he said
you looked like Blofeld.
He said when you were definitely on the tube, he said
you looked like Blowjob. He said you looked like
freaking streak of piss with a stupid gingery blonde hair and
he said you look like a combination of Blofeld and Oddjob. You look like Blowjob. He said
He is a lanky twat.
He said Blowjob.
Richard Ashcroft on XFM 104.9. that's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. Well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, Cummerbund.
My father's Cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of, rules.
So, are you actually wearing one? Rules. Are you actually wearing
a Cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then I'm thinking, what if I dance?
What?
If I do some grooving later.
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen you dance
Don't give me that.
No.
Don't give me that.
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good dancer.
That dance you did in the office, that's your best dancing.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer, it's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow. Because
there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's busting a good move, it's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
At one of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am forgotten, yeah.
He is actually
I'd say the only problem is because I'm so tall. Because I'm so tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly
freakish.
I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from. Yeah. So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is because
then you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look too weird.
Sure, but
that would be weird, wouldn't it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy. But, what I tend to do is because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance clubs or, any kind of stage. I'll just get out there, bust some moves.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I may as well put myself on public display.
Yeah.
Rather than just people think.
Because then you're going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah, I know how great I look.
Yeah.
No, because it's, that's your opinion if you don't think it, but that's, again, a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt, I went for the wing collar. I just thought, I might as well.
I do like a wing collar, actually, yeah. What about a proper bow tie? I went a bit berserk. I even bought, Union Jack cufflinks, because it's the British Comedy Awards. Nice.
You know what I mean?
Who's hosting
well, more money than sense. It springs to mind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you, really? I mean, I don't know what it is you're spending on, but yeah.
I said, how much? I said, not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said, I'm gonna give you an extra tenner. Is it true? I was talking about, when his dad, said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, the thing is, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents who are, brilliant people. I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And, they've taken now there must be sort of 80 a piece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And, they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, that's their profession, they've retired to go to bed. And they spend all their time in bed. I tell you what they're like that old they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And
you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day in bed.
That's their daytime thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth.
Oh.
My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones?
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really discussing about your grandparents and blowjobs? That was the worst thing
we've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Christmas is about.
Come on, there a thought for the underprivileged people?
Yeah.
Steve,
is it Ben Queller? Do you want to play
I love a bit of Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And I think we'll enjoy that. Let's just
slam dunk it.
Why don't we just stop and think about what we've done? I'll tell you, they do spend so much time in bed that they actually, I'm sure War will have to sing Ben Queller, in other words.
That's fantastic. That ending is, oh god, it's like Ben Folds 5, bit of old out, and that's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah.
Did you meet him, or did you? Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as the best of the year sessions, because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and the guitar?
It was just him. Yeah. Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible.
Really?
It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really...
It's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff. And I love the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's us being terribly Muso, I like that.
That's us being Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Carl interrupting with some gibberish. You know? I mean, bless him,
Carl.
bless him.
I don't see it as gibberish.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on...
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in my camouflage gear.
Yeah. But you won't see me, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into the website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah, listen
and it's just like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You've come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was going to say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's why it's my favourite.
And,
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but this is actually an event because it's Jonathan Ross. It's just...
Well, because I'm talking to someone about it, and I might mention it, before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by, you know, different. It was a kind of, everything was sponsored. And I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten a pudding before sponsored by anyone. And it was, you know, it was a very odd affair, that. I thought that was very strange. Because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table so that so when we came out, someone came on stage and said, well, we've got a lovely number, a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening.
Oh, God,
do you remember that?
And it was, please, be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor.
Yeah.
We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits, a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British, TV talent, giving him a stand up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think, Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
Seen the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there, thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that. He had to take out a whole page. So sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
What, an advert? He said
yeah.
A whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on telly. But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year? Because
I don't think anyone.
Had, you know,
well, we had the
Barrymore and Clary,
the fisting, and Barrymore throwing his monitor.
That was funny.
The Hearn, what was she? Oh, she's hecked
there's
about
not any of the kind of. There's not really any sort of. There's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to have a drunk or drugs problem.
I'm worried about Ricky.
Sadly,
I'm worried that something might take hold. The devil may care.
No, I think he's very careful. He is a bit careful. Yeah. He's so.
Too tired.
Yeah,
too tired. Shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but...
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic? I was worried today that...
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh no, well that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy. Throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, cats? So that'll be fine.
do,
And it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a
God.
spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. What happened to me?
Because you can't laugh, because of the fight in the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Because you took quite a I have to say, though, that, I remember we were talking on the radio about what Ricky should come out to for the big match. For those that don't realise, Ricky at Christmas, there's a TV show on. Ricky, I don't know why, even to this day, why you agreed to do it.
Nor do I.
But, he's doing a celebrity boxing match, fighting, and he was described at the beginning of the fight, Rick, I don't realise I don't know if you know this, he was described as entrepreneur, Grant Bovey.
Well,
husband of Anthea Turner. I don't know what that means exactly.
Well, he does bits of business, actually.
Businessman.
Sure, yeah. Businessman, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But,
Like Arthur Daly.
What was I described as?
Yeah, you were described as I think fat, funny man.
Oh, right,
He might be
great.
something like that, or a comedian and actor. But Ricky came out to, Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
I don't know whose suggestion it was, I think it might be mine, but it was, blinding. And I noticed you were really, it was ludicrous, really. You came out in the shorts, you had the,
Well, I was acting up.
I know,
doing
but you
it,
really
but they were going, don't you laugh on my corner. And I think I overdid it, didn't I?
Well, he was kind of prowling around the ring, staring staring Bovey out and staring the crowd out.
So embarrassing.
And kind of looking really, but of course he's got this ludicrous beer belly. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like Johnny Vegas is like
I was meant to do.
Yeah. And Bovey looks quite a sort of athletic guy,
really
so he
fit,
looks like he could actually be a boxer.
But did you have like I'm obviously they're filming it for telly. Did you have the production crew saying, right, stop, cut, can you just throw that punch again?
No, it was a real fight.
they just
So it really
let them go.
I think people are going to be surprised. I think they're going to see it's a real fight.
And I'll tell you, it's unpleasant. I mean, it's actually an unpleasant
Okay,
thing.
well, I'll tell you now what Karl said, because
What did he
Karl was
say?
there, and he said to me, I can't do his accent.
Right.
He went, oh no, it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No, it was, although I have to say, I was really kind of riled up by it. I mean, I've never been to a fight before, and I just was like, come on! I was like, smash his face! I was really shouting, I was just going crazy.
Shouting for me, though, were you?
No, I was shouting for, then I just decided to try and freak everyone, so I was shouting, kiss him! Snog him! Lick him! Ask him out! I was shouting that in a vain attempt to throw someone, and, it was extraordinary, but I tell you, I think you'd be better off, like, if they sort of brought back wrestling. Wrestling from the 70s, like Big Daddy and
Haystack.
Like Mick McManus.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Because I think you've got more the physique for
I
wrestling.
think I'm too young for wrestling on British
they were always
television.
about 65.
I think they're 58, one of them, Les Keller.
Yeah, but the outfits are fun.
Oh, they get, all a bit
extraordinary,
too tight, weren't they?
Yeah,
some of
and it
those
was always that kind of
outfits?
shiny, whatever preceded lycra.
I know, with just a little winkle showing.
Little winkle.
Little motherfucker with a little winkle in their tight shorts.
Why were you looking? Oh, I've done you.
Oh, play a record.
I've done you. I'm not. Well, answers, please.
I'm not one of them.
You're not looking at mine now, are you?
Those are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're still going strong.
Oh, indeed, yes.
That's one of my favourite tunes of the year.
You enjoyed
like
that? Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
These are all
yeah,
mutual. We love them all. We're not
Absolutely,
really.
yeah, no,
we're
we're
not
not.
annoying each other by putting in
Not
songs
at
the
all.
other one doesn't like.
Not
We're
at
like a
all.
team today, isn't it? I think that's the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is.
We've come together, we're sort of unified, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the absence of Karl.
Yeah.
Who often divides us, he often comes between us.
Does he?
Like,
Does
yeah,
he
well, I'll
do
tell you
that?
what it's
Yeah.
like. It's like a child. Like, it's like we're a married couple and he's sort of our autistic child or something, you know,
right,
and sometimes it just puts a strain on the marriage. You know, and we all three of us love each other. You know.
Yeah, because he does love you guys.
Yeah, exactly, but sometimes it's hard,
I hear
you
him
know.
talking about you in the office sometimes,
I know.
you know. He aspires to you too.
But it's times
rightly
like this
so.
because
Yeah.
because of to be honest, the baby Jesus that we realise that there's beauty in everyone and it's all right.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Exactly, he's never had that before.
No.
Well, I have to say that I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit. When I was younger, I didn't really enjoy it. I was quite cynical. I was quite,
You're
rock and roll.
joking.
But now I'm sort of, I walk in a department store, and if there's one of the old, chestnuts are roasting on an open fire, which that classic tune, or
I
any of
thought
those,
you were one of those old boys that stand outside the British Museum.
Right, yeah.
No, right, you mean the tune, yeah.
You know, that one, or, how does it go? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
Chestnuts roasting on
Yeah.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
But I can't get enough of them. I love it. I'm in a department store, it's frosty outside, it's warm in there.
Have you ever roasted your chestnuts on an open fire?
I have never done that. No, I have
Imagine
not done that. I have not done that.
Just backing up to it, like that, with your little chestnuts hanging out like a bulldog.
What would you be wearing? You'd probably just, I imagine you'd have your dressing gown on, you'd just hoiked it up
just
slightly,
pull it
so your
up,
arse was showing.
Pop 'em down, like, tuck it in like a lovely lady.
Yeah.
So like a lovely lady from the front, but behind, it looks like a, you know, a bulldog dragging a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just pop them in the grate.
Yeah, and you would, because you want to be careful of too much roasting, so I imagine you'd want to just kind of ease yourself in slowly.
Lightly toast them.
And if it feels too hot, get out of there. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
You know, that's, if any kids are listening, try that.
No!
What?
No.
Like there's a kid thinking, yeah, I'm gonna roast my chestnuts on an open fire. I don't think there's even a child that's doing that.
I don't want someone to do it and then the parents go, and Steve Merchant's told our children to do it. We're probably we're probably in trouble now because of that.
Where's the kid gonna find an open fire like those? I mean, it has to be the sort that they use, those kind of barrels. It can't just be open fire at home. That doesn't count. That's just stupid. If you're gonna do it properly.
Oh no. We're having such a nice time there.
We've lowered the tone. I'll tell you what'll perk us all up though. Richard Anderson has emailed us.
He's loving the show, is he?
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, Carl. Carl, I've called you Carl.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm Claire, pleased to meet you.
Is it the shaved head or the stupidity?
Yeah. It was the k sound. Because didn't I call you Arthur or Jack or something last time?
You called me,
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it was quite embarrassing.
Claire, I'll be honest with you, Claire's quite an unmemorable name.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, Dickie Anderson, he's a guy, I'll be honest with you, he's not a big fan of the show. But well, we're getting to winning round. He says, dear Ricky, the more disappointing your show becomes, the more I seem to look forward to it. Now I see your face plastered across London. Is your show some sort of curse put on me by an old gypsy woman I've annoyed? You know, a good point, Dickie, but,
Dickers.
But Randers, as I call it.
Yeah. He can't listen now, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's tucked him in, he's backing into the fire as we speak, and he wants to roast them till they spit. Oh dear.
Oh.
Thanks for listening, Anders.
It's a Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year.
And as you know, you got a lot to look forward to, because our first hour is always the best.
That's exactly
so you're going to be loving it till 3, cockers. Oh dear. What should we play?
Well, this is, every so often I get sent, a CD by a friend of mine, Harry, who, just sorts me out with tunes that I may have missed.
That's such a good idea, by the way.
It is a great idea, and, this is one that, I think it came out this year. It's a Teenage Fan Club, and they teamed up with Jad Fair. And I think it's a mixed bag, the album, apparently, but this is one of the good tunes on it, Near to You.
I'm afraid your CD isn't working. Oh, no, it is now. No. Oh, it's not me, Steve. Honestly, it keeps
Claire,
stopping.
It looks like it's you.
No, honestly.
You're pressing buttons, you're fiddling with buttons.
No, look, it comes back again, look.
Right, you can't play that.
Look, I didn't touch it.
This never happens when Carl's here.
It does.
It does, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll swap it into another CD machine. Can we play Oasis?
Oh, it's another one of my favourites. The Oasis back on form.
Yeah, Rick, I'm not discrediting the tune, I just feel like...
Oh, Steve's not
No, it was a good hour. It was a good hour of radio, and it's just been cheap.
Actually, you're right, it's just gone 2 o'clock, and already...
Yeah. Starting to fall apart. Well, this doesn't bode well for the Comedy Awards, though. This
is a good anthem, this is a good Britpop anthem. Old Noel back on form with the old singer-songwriting. This is Little by Little, and Oasis. He's a giant. He's like a giant, isn't it? And he's a giant, and he starts off little and gets bigger.
Little by little, he gets
little by little, but it's bigger by bigger, I'd have called it.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you, a genius.
Award-winning.
Yeah,
Oasis, Little by Little.
Little by Little, do you want to explain who you are?
We played some great tunes. I'm Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm Steve Merchant, and that's Claire Sturgis standing in the car building, and it's XFM 104.9
Yeah. And,
playing the great tunes.
What is it on Sky?
Oh, channel 864. Ricky, people are saying they can't see on the webcam. You just stick a leg up or something, just so they... that's his foot.
Was it just on you, is it? Oh, because most...
But they can't see me because I'm in camouflage, so it's not a very interesting picture.
I got a wave, there you go. Yeah. Does anyone log online?
I don't know how does the webcam look? I've not ever seen on a webcam. Is it just kind of, because normally aren't they kind of really sort of, jarring and
does it take pictures like a digital camera?
It's every 15 seconds it updates.
Okay.
You get a still picture.
Is it right? I see. Okay.
Right. Oh, it's still pictures, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, every 15 seconds, yeah.
So they can't actually see, you know, like, if I was to bust some amazing dance moves.
No, they
would just see
Well, if you did it every 15 seconds like you move, they could then print them off and do like a flicker book.
That would work.
So they could see, they could see you doing windmills and, you know, really,
King Tuts.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, scissor kick.
I'm running out of steam now, Steve, a bit tired.
Are you?
So I've got 15 minutes to do, so we better think of something to say or
Well, I genuinely was going to ask you, because obviously Christmas is approaching and I've not even started to think about Christmas gifts. I don't know how you're getting on, Claire.
I never do.
But, because Claire, you're aware of what Ricky bought his family last year, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, I am, because he told me and I've completely forgotten.
It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I mean, how much thought and planning went into it?
Right, I was pressed for time.
How many kids were there? How many people were there?
This is it. I've got a big family, okay? Well, not big, but I mean, they've got lots of kids, so I'm sort of youngest in my siblings, and so they're, you know, they've got kids ranging from like 30 to babies, and there's about 15 of them.
And you buy them all?
Yeah, I'll try and get them. Try and get them all.
Nice.
So what
is it? Wait.
So I got a lift down. And I thought, oh, what can I get? I thought, oh, I can't just give them the money.
I'll stop you there straight away, if I may.
What?
You notice he's on the way down for Christmas Day.
Oh, right, so he's on the... Oh, right!
He's on the way down. This is when he starts... Boxing Day. So this is when he starts to think about buying them a gift.
Yeah.
On you go.
So, I was getting a lift, and, Matt was giving a lift down, so, just before we got there, I just ran across the road to the 7-Eleven, got 200 quid worth of scratch cards.
Scratch cards. Scratch cards. Bear in mind, I think you were describing the family then. I noticed, some of them you described as babies.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, children?
Yeah!
You're giving the children the gambling cards.
But that's lovely. I give them 10 each, so they could have won thousands of pounds. A lot of them were disappointed when they won nothing, but I said, kids, that's the gamble.
That's the risk you take when you receive a gift from me. But the great thing about getting,
some of them won. Some of them were laughing.
But the great thing about getting kids hooked on gambling as a Christmas gift is it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Throughout your adult life.
It gives and it takes.
Exactly.
So it's fair.
I didn't hand them to children. I handed them to the parents.
Right. They chose to do them.
They could distribute them as they wanted.
Sure.
So what are you going to do this year, Ricky?
But how are you going to top that?
Yeah.
300 quid worth of scratch cards. That's got a bit of money now.
It's the most thoughtless
and The Office on DVD.
Gift I've ever heard
I think they might be getting The Office on DVD. Signed.
So that's already sent it up in value.
Oh dear. I know, that's pretty bad.
So have you seriously considered it this year?
No, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go shopping properly. Yeah.
If you want any help, I am the queen of shopping.
Didn't you take a small roulette wheel down there, wouldn't you? Genuinely, didn't you buy like a roulette wheel?
No, I had it. That's down there from when I got it when I was about 10.
Oh right.
And sometimes I'm the banker. I always win.
Yeah, of course.
But they've got to learn a lesson. The banker always wins. It's a valuable lesson when they lose money to me.
You should just go down this year and just say, basically, I went to a casino. I put £10 chip on for everyone. Exactly, yeah. Here's the winnings. You lost. You won.
Yours came in. Yours was a donkey, love. Yeah.
But Steve, what about you then? Because I mean, you don't like shopping.
Well, it's not that I don't like shopping, it's that I've got no ideas. You know, I'm running on empty with my parents. They don't appear, as far as I can make out, they don't appear to have any hobbies.
No.
I mean, I said to you before, my grandparents...
You don't like wasting money. I'm not being funny, but you don't like wasting money either, do you?
Well, I don't like wasting money, no. But I like to buy something practical for people. I like something which is gonna last, something that's value for money. I don't like novelty gifts.
Yeah. No, I think novelty gifts are wrong.
I've mentioned to you that my grandparents spend all their time in bed. So there's only so many kind of, you know, sort of bed socks you can buy, you know, and ointment for, you know, bed blisters and so on before, you know, you run out of ideas.
What about some of those novelty teeth? Because that would be, you know, a nice jokey present, and they could probably come in useful for chewing the broccoli.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you know what would be nice? One of those... No, I'll tell you when. No,
go on.
Those sort of travel pillows. So you know when you're travelling and your head sort of falls down. Like
but they travel from vertical to almost horizontal.
They're sitting up in their bed.
Get on one of them beds that come up. You're not made of money. What am I talking about?
Like Thora Hurd's bed. Thora Hurd's bed.
Does her feet ever touch the ground now? Do you know what I mean, though?
No, it's literally...
She goes shopping in one of those little trolleys. She goes straight into her room. She's up the stair lift. She gets lowered into the bath.
Yeah. It's terrible. Ludicrous. Lazy. I mean, I tell you that, but I mean...
Well, there's a whole
But yeah, but if you're earning the kind of money that, you know, that Heard is on, you know, with her songs of praise and whatever else.
Exactly. Money for
she was at the Comedy Awards last year, wasn't she?
Well, I'll give her an award. She's up the stairs like a greyhound. She can move then. Yeah.
But so I've got no ideas. Absolutely no ideas.
Okay.
But any suggestions are welcome, Claire. What are you going to get your family? You've already thought this through?
No, I obviously can't tell you because they will be listening.
Right.
But they're all outside at the moment because my family are coming to meet me after the show, and we're going to swap presents then because.
Okay.
Outside.
Are there any Office
in Leicester
DVDs?
Square? No, I haven't.
Books?
No.
Because I should point out that the Office DVD is currently available.
Yeah. I actually did go and buy. I actually went and bought it myself.
You also buy it
and
online.
I am enjoying the scripts, by the way.
Excellent. That's in. I love the fact that we're authors in the top 10.
Yeah, we're in the top 10 bestseller list.
No. But to be fair, we're at number 7 in the paperback non-fiction. Now I don't understand how that can be non-fiction.
Yeah.
Because it's the transcript from a made-up television show.
It's not a real documentary.
Exactly, yeah. But we're beating these poor people.
But we're officially best-selling authors.
I think that's fantastic.
Which is excellent. Which is very good.
My favourite bits are the emails at the start. They are like
well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about, Claire, but of course if they pop down to Waterstones or Books Etc, they can sort themselves out there.
Oh, dear.
Nice. I like your style. Can we have some more music now?
Let's have, what we're playing? So Streets maybe? I mean, Streets is obviously one of the albums of the year, and this is one of the
album of the year.
This is Week Becoming Heroes, I think the last single, and Dynamite it is too. Eric Sermon, and what's the tune called there?
It's called React. Yeah, React. From his debut, no, his 4th solo album.
Not bad.
I'm enjoying the tunes, Steve.
No, absolutely.
I'm enjoying the chat, I'm enjoying the tunes, I'm
keeping it real.
I'm enjoying the penultimate show before Christmas.
Last message from Anders, I suspect, for the day. He says, I've just roasted my chestnuts over an open fire. It's a lot more enjoyable than listening to your show.
He's
pretty snappy, is Anders.
Yeah,
you know, he keeps them coming, you know. It's a shame that, you know, that we sort of couldn't sort of maybe meet up with him and try and persuade him that, you know, he should come over to our side rather than, you know...
Come over to the side.
Exactly.
Yeah, come over to this side.
I think we've got him though, because
Do you think so?
Yeah, apparently they did this survey in America. People who loved Howard Stern listened to an average of like an hour and a half a week, and people who hated him listened 2.5 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he's probably more faithful a listener
yes.
than some of the people that quite like us.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got to listen, I'm the same with some people, I've got to listen to things that I just think are awful, I can't. You know, it's compulsive viewing. So, you know, I don't care if people listen to us because they hate us or like us.
No, indeed, as long as they're listening.
I was on the
as long as they're spending money on the advertisers.
Yeah, I was on the tube the other day, and obviously there's lots of pictures of you guys, and there's a young couple. And the guy was trying to explain to the girl what you did, and he said, "No, you should check them out. That they do quite well, actually."
Really?
That's very sweet.
Why was he explaining to her? She didn't know what was happening, or
I don't know. I sort of, as I walked by them.
Are you leaving out the fact that she went, "Oh, I hate that bloke"?
No, not at all. No, because I would say that because that would be quite.
He had some Germans laughing at him on the tube because he recognised him. You don't think of that.
Well, because obviously Ricky doesn't travel on the tube anymore. He's too rich for that.
I never did. I always thought it was beneath me.
Sure, but
they used to walk everywhere, didn't they?
But I'm still forced to take the tube, and I sat on the tube, and it pulled up, and outside the window, just happened to be on the station, was one of the posters with us. So I was kind of there, not realising it was behind me, and these big kind of fat German or maybe Bavarian guys. Were
they in lederhosen eating sausages?
Yes, they were.
They're Bavarian.
Yeah, they were. And I noticed one of them kind of looked at me, then looked at the poster, then looked at me, just happened to say it, and wittered something to his friend in German. You know, I don't want to try and do an impression.
That's freaking goggle-eye.
Oh, wow.
I think that... No, but I know what you're thinking it means. It doesn't mean that.
Right, okay.
It means...
What's the rough translation?
Elegant boy.
Right, okay, yeah. And so anyway, he pointed out the poster, and his
That's
mate...
lanky piss and streak.
And his mate burst into laughter. And then we pulled
they've got a great sense of humour, the Germans.
Well,
that's the thing.
But we rumbled onto the next station, and the poster was in exactly the same place. And this time they tapped the shoulder of someone else on the train and pointed me out, and that person also laughed.
An Italian? An Italian bloke, there was a French, was there a bloke with a beret and a little moustache on the other side?
Yeah.
Was it did you get on the United Nations Express? Just to, oh, imagine that.
Yeah, it was faintly
seen a freak. Look at this freaky goggle eye.
Right, whereas, I love the fact that before, you were at least pretending to be speaking German. Now this is an Italian with an accent. It's just a guy speaking perfectly good English.
So
You've not even disguised the insult there.
Oh dear. Oh, that'd be lovely.
Try and insult me in other cod languages.
You could bring Europe together if they just, like, instead of Esperanto, that there was just one common language. The language
I'll
of
tell you what
freaky goggle eye.
I'll tell you what would bring Europe together, is you maybe representing England on the Eurovision Song Contest.
That would be great.
With a self-penned tune.
Shall I do that?
That would be magnificent. It's got to be worth thinking about.
Just about everyone being the same.
Yeah,
and,
just
like,
about people being equal.
Everyone,
and also mentioning the euro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing that. I like all different. I like all different cheeses.
Oh, je t'aime la musique pop.
Yeah.
La baby belle. Et le cheddar. I mean, I'm not fluent in French.
Le grand fromage.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And they'll all be there, all in their different.
Well, every line could be maybe in a different language.
Yeah, and what would I wear? I'd wear sort of like a kilt.
You'd wear a kilt, but you'd also have on your head one of those kind of big, what are they called? Those big furry hats that beefeaters or whatever wear. Or
yeah, one of them.
Is it kind of a busby or something? A busby?
Yeah.
Wear one of those, or maybe like a policeman's helmet.
That'd be
Bobby's
good.
helmet with the kilt.
Yeah.
He'd have the clogs.
I'd wear the policeman's helmet under the kilt, so they just thought I was really enjoying the show.
Yeah. Good idea.
Hey?
Excellent. We talked, well, I think we talked for about 3 minutes without having to mention some kind of genitalia.
We should celebrate by playing one of my tunes of the year.
Really? What one is it?
U2 Electrical
Oh,
Storm.
I know you're a big fan. I know you're a
good
big fan.
choice. Well done.
Cheers. Electrical Storm, U2. I think that's my favourite of the year. If I had to pick one, that's great. And I do still feel slightly guilty about dissing them throughout the 90s. But, you know.
Don't feel guilty if you didn't like them, did you?
I like the 80s stuff, I didn't like the 90s stuff. I'm loving what they're doing in the noughties.
I think you're a bigger man than them, frankly, for being able to admit your past mistakes. I think you're better than Bono, despite all his charity work.
Yeah.
You're more of a noble figure.
Yeah, stop bothering the Pope, he's busy.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Rick, my mother always used to say to me that you should write and thank your aunties and so on for their gifts.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we should take a moment out, just to thank all the people that have emailed or written into us during the year, because basically, we're very lazy men and we never reply.
Well,
really.
I never look.
You never look at the
You
emails.
read them and I'll go anything for me and you go.
I reply very occasionally if I think it's worth it.
You're like my secretary when it comes to you protect me from, like, people who...
The insults and so on.
Yeah. Are there any insults, are there?
Oh, there's plenty. There's plenty, yeah.
Do you have to protect him, really?
Oh, God, yeah. There's lots of things I don't tell him. Lots of things I keep from him.
It's not very nice. I thought... Right.
Well, he's just not as popular as he thinks he is.
Oh.
He thinks that when he's, like, dancing around and making funny faces and squawking and making noises and stuff when we're filming, he thinks that everyone thinks that's enjoyable.
Yeah. What, people think I'm quite an annoying little prat, do they?
That's not the word they use, but you're near enough there. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they didn't say prat, but you're on the right lines.
Okay.
For instance, we had an email here from Graham. He says, please stop the chat and let's hear some more great ads, as I'm still not sure what mobile phone I should get the wife for Christmas.
Well, maybe this'll help you out.
Just having fun with the webcam.
Sorry. I didn't... Yeah. We're just playing with the webcam.
The webcam's an absolute treat.
That is a lovely picture.
There's a little picture there of Steve on
That's lovely.
Right,
that keep the ladies happy.
That was Feeder.
If I know them.
Great. Yeah, no, that's one of my favourite tracks of the year as well.
Feeder, you've enjoyed that?
Which is what we're doing. God, it's gone quickly. It's only quarter of an hour to go.
Yes, indeed, yes. Carl will be back next week for our kind of Christmas, bonanza. I say that, we've got nothing planned. There's no reason why it should be a bonanza.
That'd be nice, yeah.
But so we'll play some Christmas tunes, and no doubt Carl will have some kind of festive, game for us, maybe, or a festive, some festive trivia.
A couple of new games. I mean, he's struggling with Rockbusters, which we've missed this week. Educating Ricky, he thinks there's nothing out there. All he could find was a parrot and a dog in a car wash.
Yeah, you can't find any more interesting
Still
stuff.
a little bit upset that we told him about intelligent crabs and, babies forcing their way out.
Yeah, we stitched him up last week by telling him some what we claimed were facts.
Oh, because I was out shopping, so I missed it.
Right, yeah, well, you know, you can
he sort of believes anything that's weird and wonderful, and we just made up this story. So I said two bodybuilders, got married, and, she had a baby, but it after 6 months or 7 months, she was in bed asleep, and she woke up in terrible agony where the baby, where it had born, the bodybuilder, had forced its way out of the vagina and was pulling her along by the umbilical cord. And intelligent crabs and stuff like this, and he was genuinely disappointed.
Yeah, that they weren't true.
But he came up with a new idea. What I'm gonna do is tell him 3 things.
Yeah.
One of which is made up and ludicrous, and 2 incredible facts. And it's called, That's Ridiculous.
Brilliant.
So he has to go, number 3 is Ridiculous. It's a winner.
Yeah.
Karl always comes up with the title first. You don't have to work the game show out from the title.
Have you started work on That's Ridiculous yet?
No, I've thought of a couple of things.
It is great. It's so much fun to say, isn't it? Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Ridiculous. You're correct. Basically, it's like Call My Bluff, isn't it, really?
It's not unlike Call My Bluff. It's not unlike Bluff.
It's unlike Bluff.
Certainly, yeah, you've,
So, yeah, we've had Oasis, Streets, we've had U2, we've had some cracking tunes. Can we get away with playing Nelly?
Hot in Here? I think it's a cracking tune, I really do. I just think, again, you know, I'm not interested in what genre you think it fits into, or whether you think it's cool, or because kids like it, you're not supposed to like it. It's a good tune, and I think we should try and stick it in. But before that, Rick, could I just play one track? We did play it much earlier in the year. It's from that album, Son of Evil Reindeer, by a band called The Reindeer Section, and this is a cracking little tune. I just think it's beautiful, and nice to hear it.
Oh, beautiful, marry it then. Oh.
Nice, isn't it? Very Christmassy.
It makes me want to wish everyone a happy Christmas.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, do it.
No.
No, okay. That's called Grand Parade from the album Son of Evil Reindeer by The Reindeer Section. It's a nice tune. It's one of my favourites of the year.
By the way,
not
Steve.
at all, no, that's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Claire, just big highlights of the year for you as a final roundup? Sort of things have you enjoyed this year? I mean, musically maybe, or maybe stuff you've, you know...
I've enjoyed that band, The Music.
Okay.
And The Rapture.
Sure.
And the Electric Six. Remember last time I sat in for Karl, we played Danger High Voltage.
Yeah.
Like one of the first times.
That was the first time I'd heard it. You played that.
And now we're playing it every hour.
Yeah, because you're sort of a pioneer, aren't you, musically on XFM? You're one of the people who keeps it pretty raw.
I remember the early days of Idlewild. Ricky, do you remember the early days of Idlewild?
I'll take that back as well. Teasing you about them playing the Pinder and Wakefield stuff. That latest single I love, and the video's great as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Idlewild now.
You'd
no, great,
brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a good year. I haven't been out to many gigs, obviously, because I do the evening show. But you know, all the sessions which I'm doing the best of next week. Quick plug for the show next week. Best of the sessions. So it's been good year.
Low points. What are those?
Low points.
Do you know what mine are?
What?
Poverty and war and everything.
Oh, I always hate it. I always hate it.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, you were going to say.
I was going to say.
No, you were going to say the streets or something, and and you didn't care about all of the people dying. So don't try and do it now.
I'm thinking specifically.
You're nasty. You like that. You like poverty. Oh, you like poverty and starvation. Play a record.
That's interesting.
Yourself.
That's interesting.
What a
near Christmas time.
What a horrible.
You hope kids go lame.
You're evil.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing. Nelly, hot in
cheeky
here.
Little bit of Nelly there on XFM 104.9. We don't care. Springsteen and Nelly. You don't get that on XFM, do you?
No.
Usually.
No, indeed.
We don't live by the rules, Stu.
Absolutely. As I was listening to you then talk.
You got bored?
No. It reminded me of an email that someone sent in saying that they listen online, but because of however slow their computer is or whatever, it kind of stutters all the way through.
You want to point out that is the way I talk.
No, but they said it only happens when you talk. And I think they've correctly identified that it's not the computer at fault.
Well, that's why I wasn't worried about doing this
someone.
boxing match, because I've definitely lost my looks, and I already slur.
Yes.
So there was really no danger of any damage.
No, exactly, yeah, you do sound punch drunk constantly.
Exactly,
That's just part of your charm.
Well, listen, that's been a lovely 2 hours for me. I've enjoyed it. I hope the listeners have enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope Sturgis has enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it, yeah.
Well, I didn't really care if you enjoyed it. Don't butt in when I'm talking to Steve. You know,
You're here to press the buttons, Steve.
But we're going to play now a Christmas song for the lovely Christmas ladies.
I don't say it's so much Christmassy, but it's one of the tunes I heard this year that really
stuck out for me. Thing, so.
Well, you're a fool. You've embarrassed yourself. You just showed up that there's no planning. This is was given away on a free CD on the cover of a magazine. I just think it's brilliant. It's a Lamb Chop, who are an excellent band always, doing a cover of an obscure Rolling Stones tune called Backstreet
a bloody good meal as well.
True enough. So we'll leave them with this. It's Backstreet Girl, Lamb Chop, and see you next week for our final festive show. Yeah, thanks very much. Embarrassing. It's something embarrassing, thank you.
I don't want you to be.
I was in a bad mood already. He's been in about 3 minutes and he's in a bad mood, getting stressed. If you can't hack it, leave. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm just saying. It's been... I was meant to enjoy last Saturday off and I didn't.
Why not? Why is that our fault? Because you weren't here?
Just because... I don't know, but...
Are you not in the Christmas spirit?
Why didn't you enjoy last Saturday?
What did you do?
I went all the way back up north again, right? Because, it was Suzanne's dad's birthday. Right? I was busy last week, didn't have time to get him a present or anything.
Didn't have time to get him a present.
So I got to Euston Station, bought a card for him, which was a Christmas card, so he wasn't happy because he was saying it's my birthday, and I said, well, I won't be seeing you again. So I've got a joint card. And then we went out.
Did you get him a present?
Well, no, because we went out on Saturday night for something to eat at this pub that he likes that does nice steak and onion rings, right?
Lovely.
So he should have been happy anyway.
Yeah.
But...
What, you paid for it?
No.
But you should have been happy anyway.
Suzanne paid for that because it is her dad, right, not mine. So I said, all right, what can I do? I said to her. So she said, just buy a few drinks or something. Anyway, I didn't get around to getting drinks.
I can't believe it.
Didn't get round to getting the drinks.
Right, so I said, right, I'll pay for the cab. Right?
Oh, what a lovely Christmas gift that is.
Yeah, £2.50.
I paid, no, it was like £3
Manchester
there, £3 back.
So £6 you spent on him?
Well, no, I spent more, see, that's what he said. He said,
get the Bolton and back, can't you, for that?
He said, oh, you've spent on me £6 for my birthday. I said, no, I haven't, because I gave the taxi driver a tip.
I'm a little bit worried about his attitude as well. Because even if, I mean, that is a stingy present, but you don't say...
Well, I mean, let's be honest, that's the worst Christmas gift ever, because, I mean, you're pretty bad, like we discussed in the past, but at least you spend a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's just thoughtless.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I know.
You haven't given him any time. I mean, I would...
And I knew my demographic. They loved it, my family.
The
they couldn't believe their luck. You know.
Well, a tenner.
You spent a tenner on him?
Well, the cab fare was £6.
But the thing is, it's not I don't think he's saying that. I think it's the fact that this is like, you know, frittering away in everyday life.
Kind of thoughtless,
he would have loved to, I'm sure he would have been appreciative of a lovely £10 gift that you cared about and bought. A book he probably likes fly fishing, doesn't he, by J.R. Hartley. If you'd have bought that, he'd have gone, that's what I was looking for.
Well.
Or what I was looking for, Carl. Bloody hell, Carl, you little bald twat. That's just what I wanted. So... Alright, so just calm down.
So what have you got planned for Christmas? Is this what, I mean, are you doing the same French with
Carl,
Suzanne?
Excellent, you've paid me milk bill for this week. That were nice.
I'm spent this year.
So have you planned anything for Suzanne, or are you just
I'm taking her out Christmas Day for something to eat.
Well, does she know that? Was that?
She's working today, so she, you know, so...
Right, okay.
So what Christmas gift have you got?
That's it, I'm taking her out.
What, you haven't got a present?
No, because we spent a lot.
Don't forget, that's half yours, though. You're going to be eating. You're not going to just be sitting there watching her eat, going, "Oh, I'm hungry, but I spent all." You're going to be eating as well. That's half yours.
So she's got nothing to unwrap.
It looks like a cat who's been hit.
She's got nothing to unwrap. There's nothing. She's going to hand something over to you because I've met the woman. She'll hand something over. You'll open it. You'll love it.
I might get something today.
But you shouldn't take me to begrudgingly persuade you to do it.
God.
Yeah.
Right,
so...
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and stick in some, Christmas songs. We're not playing all Christmas songs, but I brought in a couple. So this is Christmas, John Lennon, The River, Joni Mitchell, Fairy Tale in New York, one of the best Christmas songs ever. Oh, what about a bit of Pretenders? That's a good one, 2,000 Miles.
Let's hear it.
Pretenders, 2,000 Miles on XFM 104.9. This sort of Christmas edition. We're not here next week, are we?
No.
Carl is, aren't you?
Well, you are in a way.
I was doing a best of, innit?
Yeah.
Is it a best of?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have you been putting together?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll do it today. Tell me what bits you want in it, and I'll sort it out.
It's not for me to say, is it? Yeah, it is the best stuff.
Well, maybe people could email in with their highlights of the year for them. I'm trying to think what they were. I mean, mostly talking to Carl.
It'd be mostly Carl, wouldn't it?
Mostly Carl. Gibberish from Carl.
Oh, I think it'd be an awful lot of educating Ricky from Carl.
Well, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you've got any thoughts on stuff you'd like to hear again.
Is there anything you'd like to hear of Carl saying something stupid, me and Steve laughing or slapping him?
Yeah.
That's basically the competition, isn't it?
Well, there's a couple of instances where I tried to kiss him, I think, and you encouraged me.
Yeah.
Those are some highlights for me.
I wish I'd have videoed that.
Yeah, so do I.
You mentioned educating Ricky. We've only got, do you know, we normally have like 3 instalments.
Yeah.
We've only got 2 today.
Why? What happened?
Just,
well, you clearly weren't busy Christmas shopping, so what's the
Yeah.
Well, like I say every week, it's a bit of a struggle finding stuff that I can teach you. But at the same time, what we have got, we've started the feature. I teased MTV with it, right? So I thought I'd best start doing it before they get someone like Zane Lowe presenting it or something.
Yeah.
So, do we need them?
Do we need them? You should explain do we need them for those that don't like the show.
Well, it's sort of education about animals and stuff, and if we need them. So, like, David Attenborough once said, you can get rid of people off the earth and it would carry on, there's no problems, but, you know, get rid of a monkey and you could have problems on your hands. So
is that a direct quote from Attenborough's current autobiography?
Something like that.
I think so, yeah.
So what I've done today, right?
He all starts having it with, right, so then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So...
and he always ends things, you got yourself all sorts of problems.
Yeah. So that's done. That's coming up. Enjoy that.
I've spoke to a woman about, jellyfish.
Oh yeah, because I know you're not a fan.
Not a fan of them, so we'll be speaking to
women or jellyfish?
This is a woman.
Either.
Yeah.
So we'll be sorting that out before 3 o'clock. We'll be finding out if we need them.
Throwing that one to bed.
He's great, and he's great.
And then we've got a Christmas edition of Rockbusters, which I found out yesterday.
Go on.
Channel 4 have ripped it off.
Go on.
It's on their teletext thing.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, on their teletext page, someone said.
What are they doing then?
Like Rockbusters, they're copying the format.
You sure they're not copying Blockbusters?
No, it's someone said it's a cryptic clue of a band and that, and initials, and you work it out.
That is despicable. I mean, we should investigate this.
So they've fundamentally ripped off the idea of being allowed to do a cryptic clue to guess a band.
Yeah, but the sort of clever cryptic clues.
They certainly ripped you off then, have they?
I'm just saying.
Hey, I should just point out, because it's Christmas time, we've had an email from Dickie Anderson.
Oh, Dickers!
Yeah, R.A. is, well, he's I suppose he's a long-time listener.
Yeah.
And he emails us most weeks. Ricky. If, as I suspect, I'm your only listener, I wouldn't bother with your show today, as I've got to attend some family Christmas nonsense at Auntie Marion's house. That's from Dickie Anderson, and he's good because considering he hates the show and everything we stand for, he does take the time to email every week.
That counts to advertisers.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot like him. We've also had a lovely Christmas card here from Alexandra, right? Who's she loves the show, she loves you, Carl, and she's enclosed some biscuits for you to save you a bit of money, because she knows you goes out and get your own biscuits, and we've got a lovely little packet of Fox's
Well, why don't you wrap
Creations.
them up and you can give them to your girlfriend? Don and Blitzen from the About a Boy soundtrack by Badly Drawn Boy.
Christmas theme there.
You spotted the Christmas theme.
Yeah. Carl's not really in festive mood, but
I can't imagine Christmas is your time of year, is it, Carl? Well, I'm not sure any time of the year is, really.
I liked it when I was about... I think when I was about 7 I enjoyed it.
Was that the one? Was that the year, the big year for you?
You get loads of stuff, you don't have to worry about anyone else, but once you've, like, got a job...
What did you get when when were you doing your paper round? How old were you then?
I was about, 13, 14.
Well, that was then you were a man, weren't you?
I had to buy stuff.
Oh.
But you're still not
You're quite
having a good
selfish, man, aren't you? I didn't realise this.
No, it's just that Christmas...
And that's coming from him, Carl.
My dad always said...
Oh, right, steady on.
Dad said Christmas morning was for, like, you know, for me, so he used to stay in bed. So he never...
That's brilliant. That's a great thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas morning's for you. Run wild. Do what you want. Just don't bother me.
I'm going to Honolulu for 2 weeks.
That's great. Dad, it's Christmas. Do I have to do anything? No.
So my mum used to get up, because she used to like to see my face light up, you know, when I open my presents. And then,
to keep fireworks.
And then, then I'd have to go to my bedroom from about 6 o'clock onwards, because, like, my mum and dad were into having big Christmas parties, and I wasn't, like, old enough to go.
Right.
So they'd say, right, you know, you've had your fun there, you go up to your bedroom, stay in there.
Really?
Yeah, I remember one year, right, I got a train set, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? It's brilliant. Playing with it all day. I thought, I don't mind about the party, I'm happy staying up here, playing with this. Brother comes in, he's had a few, right, he's going, yeah, give us a go on your train.
How old is he?
He's a bit older than me, so he might have been like, let's see.
Well, let him be 18.
Yeah, probably about 18, 19,
and how old were you?
like that. I had a train set, so, I don't know, about...
14.
Something like that. Yeah. Right, so I'm playing on that, loving it and stuff. And then he comes in and goes, oh, give us a go. He turns the transformer up to, like, 14. He went really fast for about 5 seconds, broke it, and then he went back downstairs.
Wow.
So Christmas, I hadn't even got to
Sounds
Christmas
like
Day.
the Conservative government with British Rail.
Satire, that is.
Rick, I just thought that there's satire. If there's any satirical shows listening or magazines...
It doesn't work in any way, because there's the analogy falls down, apart from there being a train.
Think it through, though. British Rail was trains.
Yeah.
And the government broke the trains in many... Well, they didn't break them, like, not officially breaking them, but they kind of...
It does work, it's perfect.
Oh, I'm pretty pleased with that.
And I can't... And no one's asked him to be on Have I Got News For You?
It's weird, isn't it?
Because
it's strange, that, when you've got a satirical mind that's as quick as that.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
he's broke your little train set. So what did you do?
I just, like, watched telly and had some sausages.
I bet you were happy with that, though, weren't you?
It's a bit annoying, though, isn't it, when your main present of the year's been broke.
And did it ever get it fixed?
No, that was it. That was it. Put away.
I'm intrigued why your parents wouldn't let you come and join in the festive fun. Was it like really debauched down there? Was it like eggnog everywhere?
Well, no, but I mean, that's fair enough. 6 is a little bit early, but I just think, you know, if you're your kid, you know, he had his fun, put him to bed at 8, maybe. And
you think so on Christmas Day? I thought that was a day for family.
Well, not if there's a party going on.
Well, don't have the party on Christmas Day.
Well, that's another option.
Yeah. Your parents are weird, aren't they? A strange breed.
Well, I think that was the year, right? You're talking about buying presents and stuff. I think I did treat my mum to... I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was, like, when I got a bit older, I used to get my dad something, because he wasn't that bothered anyway.
No.
So, got me mum, there was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember, Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
Right? And my mum's into gnomes and stuff, right? So, I thought, right...
She must be pleased with you, then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy liqueur?
Do you remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum, yeah, it's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it, I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Aww.
Got that sorted, went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in, and we're looking around, and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there, that's alright, innit? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl, oh, God.
So then, Christmas Day comes, I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
oh, no, why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it was too late, I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it, and I was like... And she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, he said it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God. Play record. Oh, God. Oh. That's good, isn't it?
Not bad.
Gold Rush. Let you down. I'm actually quite affected by Carl's Victoria Plum scenario. Just the fact that, like, that eagerness, he wants to make sure it's a great present. He's saved up his paper round. He thinks it's like a gnome, but modern.
I'm worried that you're using it as an excuse now, and that's why you're not buying anyone any gifts, because you've had your fingers burned once. I mean, you were 6, 7 years old. To be fair.
No, you weren't. You were about 13, weren't you, if you're doing your paper round?
Yeah, it must have been, yeah, 11 or 12 then.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I'd saved up. Oh, no, I'm not using it as a thing, it's just that...
What do you get your mum this year?
I've sent them some money so they can, get a passport.
So they can get a passport?
What do you mean, where are they?
Immigrants?
Are they trapped somewhere? Well, they're in a holding bay somewhere in Dover.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's a truck driver who's going to sneak him across.
What do you mean?
So they can buy a passport. What do they do? Sell it when they're a bit down in their luck?
No, they haven't got that much money, right? They've never been abroad, and the mate said they might, take them next year, and they said, oh, we haven't got a passport, so I thought...
You've got to buy a passport, have you? Isn't that your God-given right as an Englishman?
No, you've got to pay for them, they're 30 quid each, so you better had to, otherwise they're conning me.
Right.
So you sent them 60 quid? You don't get born with a passport, of course you don't.
You sent them 60 quid in an envelope, have you?
Well, check.
Right.
Yeah. I love that. He'll be watching telly and France will come on and he'll go, oh, what do you think of that? She goes, it looks bloody awful.
Yeah,
don't open it.
No.
Don't open it. Don't open it.
So you've not paid for a holiday for them,
No, I've just sorted out it's the better prize, isn't it? Because they can't go anywhere without it.
Well, the passport keeps on giving.
Yeah.
So 10 years. That is, yeah.
So, but no, I never used to, I mean, I can't think of other things. I used to get me dad once I started getting him stuff, it used to be a dressing gown, and then But as an extra surprise, he used to put like a cigar in the pocket, so he'd think that was it.
Yeah.
Then he'd put it on and put his hand in the pocket.
Right, and then he'd just hit you because he thought you'd nicked it.
Oh dear.
So you bought him a jacket with a cigar? That's quite thoughtful.
Did you sneak a cigar once on Christmas?
Yeah. Well, that's when they used to have like the big do's, like I say. You know, they were known for it. Like the whole estate used to know that. You know, we were having a party.
Yeah.
So
they'd all come round.
So they'd all come round and just have food and drink and that.
I cannot imagine how unpleasant that must have been.
Awful.
And you locked in your bedroom with a broken train set.
Yeah, crying.
And looking at Victoria Plum, whatever that was.
In the bin.
Oh, in the bin, yeah. And hear a mum saying, and he got me this. Isn't this
piece
shit?
of rubbish.
You could hear him just throwing it against the wall and laughing.
And all the neighbours laughing.
And you'd come down and just be in pieces with loads of spit on it. Just loads of gob on it.
Eyes.
And all the Polaroids of them just like laughing at it and
pointing.
Stamping on it.
Yeah. Alright.
It's brought all flooding back.
But no, I used to get up in the morning and then like they'd still sort of all be there asleep on the floor and on the sofa.
That's awful. That's terrible. Christmas is surely the one day a year which is a family thing. It's for the kids. They're the ones
that was Boxing Day.
Well, I know.
Oh, that's all right. It's over. Yeah. Back on the bike. All right. Who's going to pay for this? What, me? Yes, Carl. You're doing 2 rounds today.
Yeah, what's your paper round supporting the entire family?
Yeah.
No, so I used to get up and like go downstairs and they'd be asleep, so I'd be mooching about trying to find like another present that's still working.
I love the idea that these people from the estate had like squashed his presents.
So I found a cigar that had been sort of lit up and then put out, so I thought, I'll have a go at that. I went outside and had a go, and that's the last time I smoked.
Right.
I tried it, I thought, I don't like that.
I love the fact that he does everything once.
Yeah.
In his life. It's a line of, I've done everything once. I don't need to do it again. Oh, dear.
You know, I've said in the past to you, Rick, that my grandparents, so I love them dearly, but it's like, for the last 30 years, they've been waiting to die.
I know,
It's like they just sort of, it's like, you know, the novelty wore off of like...
Their life in the 50s.
Yeah, they got kind of bored of it. Like, in the 40s, it was brilliant. All sat around the old Joanna's, the bombs fell, singing. They loved that. The 50s, you know, that was great as well, because that was the post-war years. It was, you know, it was a bit tight in the pocket, but it was alright, everyone pulled together. And then the 60s came along, all the crazy music, the funny hair.
Let's stay in bed.
Exactly, and they basically stayed in bed. And, it was one Christmas when, my grandmother said to my dad, what do you like for Christmas? What do you fancy for Christmas? And, this must have been, I don't know, 20 years ago. She said, what do you fancy for Christmas, Ron? And he went, well, you know, I could do with a nice big kind of warm winter overcoat. She said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, because your father will be dead soon. It's right, you can have his. Meaning my granddad. Well, to be honest with you, my father's still waiting. Which is good news. Good news for my grandfather. Less good news for my dad. He's freezing. He's freezing.
He phones out, how is he today? He's fine. Okay. Oh, I'm freezing.
It is such a weird mindset, that. I think that, to me, is what sums up people from that older generation, the 40s and 50s. And it seems to me that you've got that kind of mindset. It's like you were born in the 30s. And whenever you talk of your childhood, it's like you had, like, a baked potato to take to school. And a hoop and a stick as a Christmas gift.
The other thing is, I think that that sort of generation, it seems that the man is dependent on the woman. There's a total dependence.
Oh, absolutely,
If she dies, he's done.
Yes.
He's done for. Just pine away. If he dies, she's got 30 years of pottering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And going to, like, you know, the youth club and the church.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's sort of like that. It's sad. Of course, it's sad for them, but it's not the end of their life.
No, sure.
And it sort of is the other way around. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's a little melancholy thought for.
I know. I've really brought it. You brought it down. You've brought it down. I've brought it. This isn't a nice show at all. This is terrible.
Well,
we're gonna have people just killing themselves. What?
Well, I didn't really want to make it a Christmassy type show because I don't really like it.
Oh, he's done it again. Well, he did Christmas once, didn't like it.
No, it's just...
Play a record.
I'm not religious or anything.
What are you? You're not anything.
Teenage Fan Club from the XFM Christmas album, and that's Christmas Eve.
Their guitar sounds are just brilliant. They're just always so nice. Alright, Carl, do you like that? Do you like Teenage Fan Club?
Yeah, they're good.
Carl, I feel like you've never kind of enjoyed the wonder of Christmas. I can't ever get the sense, maybe except when you were very, very young, you know, that kind of bright-eyed, you know, thinking of Santa, you know, kind of, landing on the roof and coming down the chimney and drinking the sherry or whatever.
Well, I like the idea of it, right? Sure. The sort of, you know, I used to get a couple of annuals every year, you know.
Yeah, so did I, yeah.
And I was allowed to open one on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So
so they could throw it on the fire.
I think
it is something like
a quick skim through, do the word search right.
Yeah. I think so that's to light a cigar off the cooker. Oh.
Well, anyway, listen, a good friend of ours, Ross Noble, the comedian, brilliant, he gave me this picture, Carl, which he's got from a magazine.
He loves you.
And I have to say, I think this... I just looked at it then. Obviously, it's not going to mean much to the listener.
Oh, this is self-indulgent.
But it is currently available. I think it's in the current edition of Bizarre magazine, so you might want to buy that.
It's not horrible, though, is it?
There's a certain grotesqueness about it.
Oh, it's a deformed person, isn't it?
Well, to a degree, but I think what it's going to do for Carl is give him, I think for you and I, Rick, we're going to see his face. Lighten up, like opening a wonderful Christmas gift.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen this. Is this the one with the kid with the big head?
I'll be honest with you, Carl, it is. Have you seen it already?
Yeah.
Let me just show it to you again so you can kind of
I haven't seen it.
It's like... yeah.
We shouldn't be laughing at that.
No, but that is like the kid who I went to school with. That is the same.
That can't be the same.
So do you recognise him?
Seriously, that is the same thing he had.
I mean, I have to say, it does look like it's been computer generated. It's so odd.
Yeah.
But look at the child's face.
I know.
Look at his reaction. Don't take another photo of me.
I'm not sure this is right.
It's not right. It's not right. But I was hoping that would give you, Carl, just a little glimpse of.
We've had a request as well on the best bits. So someone wants to hear you talking about your mates with the big heads.
I can't believe it, because every time we go there, we get some sort of complaint about something.
About what?
Just leave it. Well, that for some reason that always goes from the story with my dad going to Blackpool for taking those kids there.
And what kids?
And, leave it.
No, what? I don't know. There's people that know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you when we put a song on.
No, well, I know what it is, but you can't just say that.
Well, is
it when your dad put a kid in the wheelie bin because he was getting out of hand?
Yeah. So we're going to be.
We can't go through it again. It's too controversial.
We're gonna. What's the name? No, well, the thing is, right. You were just saying about what are you about Christmas. That's the funny thing, right? Because in our house, there's no one who's religious, right?
No.
My dad got annoyed when I went to church that day. He was like, "What are you doing that for?"
Of course.
I went to see a gig in Liverpool. Remember the band The Christians?
Yeah.
He thought I'd join some club.
Yeah.
I said I've been to see The Christians. He was saying to me, "Man, what's he doing going out with them?"
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, because I'm not christened or anything, my mum used to say to me, "Don't tell anyone that, because there's witches and stuff."
I want to go back and see his upbringing. I just want to go back and see him at 7. One day in the life of Carl, age 7.
Just to have 3 ghosts visiting tonight. And take him back through time. But we could go with him.
We could be some of the ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts of Christmas past. Remember this?
That's incredible. Because then the witches don't tell you what.
Just say
so she wasn't christened, but she thought maybe someone could take your soul because you weren't christened.
It's like, there's cults and that, isn't there? And if they find out you're not christened, then...
Right. I don't think they care. I don't think a lot of cults care.
Well,
but what can they do if you're not Christian?
I don't know. I just said all right, because then through that time there must have been a time when.
But hold on, now they know.
Yeah, but I'm older now, so I'm all right. She used to worry about me playing out on the street.
Oh, she was worried about when you were naive and stupid and easily led.
Well,
yeah. No. Good point. No, you're right now. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Good.
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters. We'll tell the prizes, Steve.
Yeah,
tell
we have
Christmas gift. This is Christmas gifts.
I don't know if you'll receive them in time to actually pass them off as gifts.
I wonder if I can tell that Ross Noble story that he told us.
I don't know. We'll have to discuss that when the record's playing.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you heard a track from it just then. This is the XFM Christmas album. I think that's been knocking around here in the office for years, hasn't it, Carl? Or is it new this year?
It was brought out about 2 years ago, but Christmas songs are
Christmas songs. Yeah, it's not bad. There's Scott bands on there, like Dandy Warhols, the Webb Brothers are on there, Drugstore, Bell and Sebastian, Flaming Lips, all sorts. So we've got that to give away. We've also got this Smashing Pumpkins compilation, which we've seen, again, that seems to be knocking around for weeks. Another one of those 50 years of the greatest hit singles. I don't know, Culture Club's on there, Queen, obviously,
I've just seen the cult film.
Yeah, the cult film will come back to you shortly. This, I think, is one of the most exciting gifts. If you have a video player and you want to get trim, then surely Big Brother 3 champion Kate Lawler and her cardio combat video, in which I think she uses kind of, I don't know, military kickboxing training to get you trim and taut, and looking as good as her. Then you can get that as well. We've also got a exclusive 7-inch single from the White Stripes, a kind of Christmas single. Is that from them?
Yeah.
That must be quite rare. That's probably the only thing.
That is rare. That is worth something.
And the current Badly Drawn Boy album, Have You Fed the Fish, which I think is slightly mediocre.
They've gone up, actually. I think that the level of prices there has gone up.
Not a bad selection, but here is the big movie, and actually I have to say this is not a bad one.
It's not, again, it's not terrible at all.
It could be worse. It's James Caan in the original Rollerball, not the disastrous remake that came out recently, but the DVD version of Rollerball, so that's there as well. So something fairly interesting.
That's worth winning. Right, come on then, let's do Rockbuster.
Well, will we play a song to give people time to get a pen and paper and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing it next.
Yeah. Karl Pilkington, the man of the moment, with his Rockbusters coming your way with all those great prizes.
Yeah. Right, we're doing it now?
Yes, sir.
I noticed Heat magazine sort of put a bit of a spanner in the works.
Why?
Because they were saying, oh, maybe it'll be a Christmas edition of Rockbusters. And I'd already sorted them out.
I wouldn't worry, Karl.
Well, what I've done, I've cleverly tweaked them to make them Christmassy. So the Christmas bit in it has got nothing to do with it whatsoever, but I just thought...
So you mean the clues have a Christmas element?
Well, yeah.
But it's nothing to do with the answer.
It's nothing to do with the answer. Right.
So why don't you just ask the normal ones and I'll ring a bell, I'll shake some bells.
Well,
go
it's
ho,
the
ho,
equivalent
ho.
of that, but in sort of speech. Right.
Brilliant.
So the first one, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Give it to us again.
Oh, God!
Right, so there's a load of letters asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk. Oh, and have a good Christmas.
Right, but bear in mind, people, that the Christmas element may not be relevant to
No,
these
that's got
clues.
nothing to do with it. I don't want to,
Okay.
you know. And the initial there is F, right? That's F.
Alright.
Right, the
Next one.
second one. Ask your mum if you should. After you've wrapped the presents. Right, so
Ask your man if you should.
ask your mum if you should after you've wrapped the presents. That's S.
Yes.
S.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter. But it's busy in there because it's Christmas. That's probably what brought it on. So that's B.
Oh.
B.
Oh, God!
So they're the three. Will I just recap?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I have no idea.
so
I
the
can't
first
even.
one.
I don't know what to start thinking. Well,
Right, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Have a good Christmas.
Have a good Christmas. Second one, ask your mum if you should.
After you wrap the present.
S. And the last one, a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter.
But it's busy in there because it's
It's
Christmas.
busy because it's Christmas. That's a B. So they're the three things.
It's email only, this one, please remember that. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
brilliant. Carl looks happy with them. He looks
he's
really
very
happy
pleased,
with
and
them.
rightly so, they're cracking.
They're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
pleased with those. Alright, is there
Right.
going to be more Rockbusters in the new year? We're not sure. yet.
I'm still, thinking about new ideas that we can do.
Okay.
Are we starting Ricky Ridiculous today? Have you done
Couldn't be
anything?
bothered.
Couldn't be
Right,
bothered.
couldn't be hard.
Look
Right.
forward to Ricky Dickinson.
And he's worried about. He nearly said asked, and he just stopped because he's worried because he's the producer.
Yeah, well, I've got to set a standard.
Oh dear.
Carl, you have, mate. You have.
So that's that. We've still got to come.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Why don't we have a lovely tune, right? You make the tea. We're opening these biscuits from Alexandra.
Yeah.
We'll be enjoying that, right? Maybe segue so we can have a nice little, rest. I don't want to talk through it. It'd be rude. And then we're coming back, and as part of like Parkinson, and Do We Need 'Em? Do we need them?
Yeah.
Carl has interviewed an expert on jellyfish.
Brilliant. So we've got that. Plus, of course, we've got a two-part Educating Ricky.
You've got Educating Ricky still to come.
With a Christmas theme or not?
And we've still got
No.
things like the Pogues, John Lennon, Joni Mitchell, just David Bowie.
Are you suggesting there's going to be some great music and some
Great
fun
music
chat?
and some fun chat.
Lovely.
Good. We've had our little biscuits, haven't we? We're loving it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
I think I can just sum up the station, can't I, Steve, with that just last
I think
comment?
you're probably right.
I just came in, I just went to the toilet there, and, it's a disabled toilet that's close to it, so, you go there, I had a wee, I thought, oh, the thing doesn't work, didn't flush, I came back and I said, oh, the toilet doesn't work, doesn't flush. And, Carl went, no, you just stick your hand down and pull that wire up at the Think of that.
Put your hand in the water.
I mean, just when
in the cistern water.
When David Bowie interviewed Zoe, come on, there's toilet smell flush. He goes, all right, babe, just stick your hand down, pop the shit down the U-bend, and just wipe your hands on your pants. Thanks very much. I mean, sums up this station, doesn't
Absolutely.
it?
Tin pot. Have you ever done this? This is one of my most embarrassing moments. Is you know, because sometimes you'll see. What? Hey? Well, you'll realise what I was going to say. What happened, Rick, was I almost leapt to the end of the story.
Right.
But I realised I had to go back a few steps.
Yeah. I just did. Have you ever
Well, you stopped? It was going to be coming. But you'll understand in a minute when I finish the story that it's not coming in the traditional sense.
Oh, right.
Because it's followed by coming out of.
Oh, sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
So.
And not your trousers.
Not my trousers.
Okay.
Alright, so, now, awkward moment, and I should just, you know, if you're Christmas shopping, maybe you're in a big department store. And, you see the disabled toilet, and you think to yourself, I can nip in there, I can use that, you know, because it's close to hand, because I got to wander miles for the regular toilets. I went in there once, in the toilet, you know, disabled toilet, just snuck in, came out, disabled person. Furious. That was, but it's really awkward because it's their sort of private domain. You know, it's like they're part of an exclusive club. They've not got many perks in life, and that's one of them. And here I was, you know, kind of exploiting it.
But they can't. Well, yeah, I suppose they can be annoyed. But what did you do? Did you affect a limp?
You know, I normally do. I often do. I've affected a limp many times. Like for instance, if I take the lift in a building when it's only one flight of stairs. Right, and they know, and I get up on the first floor, I always affect a limp coming out, so that justifies why I haven't come up the stairs. Like, who is it that I'm scared is gonna sort of say something?
Yeah.
But,
oh dear, that's
it's the same thing as if someone asks me for directions, I always pretend I'm foreign. I always go, I don't.
Why do you do that?
I can't, because I'm just terrified of giving them the wrong directions. And
well, just now, I don't know, I don't live from
I don't like, because I sort of, you know, I feel bad. Because what I used to sort of give directions was I like giving directions, I like helping people out. But then I realised I didn't really know.
You used to hang around going, you alright? Yeah, we're fine, yeah. Do you want to know where to go?
I tend to have a go even if I don't know.
Exactly. But I'm always terrified they'll come back and find you and go, you led us astray. Yeah. So I just affect a foreign accent.
There was a fella the other day, about 2 weeks ago, when I was walking in. Little old woman, little old fella come up to me and said, where's Wimpole Street? So I said, I do know it. So I think it's over there. And then I'm not very good with street names, but I'm good that if you say, oh, there's a Boots on it. Right. Do you know what I mean? If there's something near it, it's like the same with directions when I used to drive a lot.
Yeah, or historical facts.
I don't know, like, old motorway names, you know, like M this and M that. I can never remember that, but my dad used to always say, right, there's a horse in the field, turn right, and stuff like that.
Good stuff, yeah.
And it's the same with this fella, he sort of said, you know, where's Wimpole Street? And I said, well, what are you after? And he said, I'm after some blood. And it was a lot, yeah, there's doctors around there, isn't they? So I was like, oh... So that didn't help me.
What do you mean he was after some blood?
He said, oh, I need some blood. He must have had an illness.
Bleeding?
No, he just must have needed some new blood or something. He had some illness. And I was like, you know,
why didn't you go to the pet shop and get some parrots?
No, but...
Like, he didn't have fangs and a cape, did he?
No, but do you know what I mean? Oh, that didn't help me out. But...
What if he said, well, some pile cream, actually? Can you go, oh, we want Boots then?
Yeah, he would have been alright. But I didn't know where to start with that.
I need some blood.
Yeah, I just feel it's over there. Yeah, sort of pointed him away.
But so he was losing consciousness. You sent him the wrong way. He's dragging himself along the pavement. Is there blood this way? The gash is growing ever deeper.
Well, we've got to do Pilkington, haven't we?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, we should explain this, I think.
Well, it's Carl's new idea for a TV show. He wants to do a TV show called Do We Need Him, where he goes round and he talks to experts like David Attenborough, David Bellamy, maybe Lenny Henry doing David Bellamy.
Right, yeah.
If he can't get the real one. And he just picks on an animal that he doesn't really like, doesn't think you need him, and an expert will tell him, if we do, if this is the first instalment.
Let me put a song on, right? Now we've got him, and then I can set it up and stuff, and tell, you know, because...
Explain it fully.
Explain it and that.
Let's do a classic. Let's do a big stomping, one of the best Christmas songs of all time, shall we?
What are you thinking?
Fairy Tale in New York.
Excellent. Oh, it's always
amazing. Hoax featuring Christian McCall on XFM 104.9, the Christmas edition.
Indeed.
Next week, we've had loads of suggestions, Carl, for your best bits. It's basically all your best bits. Me and Steve are largely irrelevant in the voting. Yeah. So, yeah, you can compile your best bits next week, and they'll be loving it. we had a request for the little Chinese fella in his pants, a horse in the house, cutting your hair on the railway station.
If you haven't heard those stories, what does that mean? The little Chinaman in your pants? You've got to be tuning in next week to find out what that is.
The only thing is, the older horse in the house was in the last best of.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't stop. What's his name? If you're one of those people that want to see these clips again, tune in.
Oh, is it on over Christmas?
It'll be alright on the night 84.
Yeah.
Someone kill me. I think I'm gonna live forever.
It's like we said before, who goes to the recording of one of those? There's always people in the audience.
Yeah.
Aren't there?
That'd be great. Tickets for It'll Be Alright on the night.
And they laugh at his jokes, but I don't know what the jokes
how many takes it, how long it takes to record that. The show's about 3 hours, so the recording must be about 9.
Have you, ever seen Kirsty's home videos on Sky One?
I think so. It's dogs falling down slides.
It's like You've Been Framed, but
falling over in a wedding.
It's got audience laughter. But I'm assuming it can't be a real audience. I'm assuming it must be like
they've just lifted it from the Flintstones. Yeah. They laughed from the Flintstones.
A lot of people forget that the Flintstones had an audience. If you watch the Flintstones, there's laughter when Fred does something funny. Yeah. The idea of people being shipped in
but we were talking
to watch
about,
a cartoon.
I like the idea that some jokes weren't as funny as others. Like the director going, we'll put a laugh on that, and the producer going, it's not as funny.
I think Dino should get a round of applause every time he comes in. Everyone loves him. The kids love him.
We're making it up.
Yeah, and Barney getting disgruntled because his jokes never get decent laughs.
Yeah, he's like wise.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like really wise.
Okay, anyway, Carl, here we go. It's an exciting feature that I think will be picked up by Channel 5. It's going to be Karl Pilkington, Do We Need Him? Where Karl goes around checking out animals with top experts, asking whether we need them in the world.
Yeah. So, this is the first one. We won't do it next week, but I'm already sorting out the contact. We will be looking at octopus, because they're a bit weird. Okay. So that's what you got to look forward to in 03.
Again, if you have an animal that you feel is unnecessary in the world, then email us, and I'm sure Karl will investigate for you.
Well, the other thing as well, whilst we're on to that, I want to sort of have a bit of research with me, so when I speak to the bloke or the woman about the octopus, right, I want,
you want to be armed with the facts?
Well, sort of response from listeners, so I can say, well, 70% of XFM listeners said we should get rid of them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like Jon Snow does on Channel 4 when he does all, politics stuff. Yeah. So, if you agree with me, just send an email saying yes.
So yes, we should get rid of them.
Yes, yeah. Or
yes, get rid of them. Because the house believes always we should get rid of these animals. You're picking animals you want to get rid of. So yes is, get rid of them. No is, don't get rid of them.
Well, and not no, it's Noah, because they go on the Ark. The ones we keep go on the Ark.
That element I'd completely forgotten about, and I think that's a wise move, because I don't think that's working. I don't think you've thought through the whole Noah. So that's just complicating the show, I think.
So yes, we get rid of them. Noah, they're saved on the Ark.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so here we go then, jellyfish.
So today we're looking at jellyfish in Pilkington. I'm talking to Vicky, who works in an aquarium in Anglesey, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Right, brilliant. Today we want to find out if we really need jellyfish. I've got a bit of a problem with them anyway, because I've been stung by one, and I've done a little bit of research into them, so I'll tell you what I know about them.
Okay.
You might learn some stuff from me.
Oh, well, you never know.
And if I'm talking nonsense, just tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Right, so first of all, they don't have eyes, do they?
No, they don't.
Right,
no.
So I'm right with that. No lungs.
No lungs.
They haven't got a heart.
No hearts, heartless.
And they're made up of 97% water.
Yes, they are.
So they're pretty useless, really.
Well, they have got a nervous system. They're actually about 650 million years old, so they've evolved and they've outlived the dinosaurs, and they're even older than the sharks, and they can even outfox us, because NASA scientists have worked with them to try and work out how they operate in weightlessness, and they still don't know how they do that. Took them into space, actually, to figure out how they did that.
Seems like a bit of a waste of money, but... Do you know Port Maddock? I used to go there a lot for my holidays, and there used to be a load of them washed up on the beach. people on motorbikes used to go over them and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we get the moon jellyfish. That's the ones with they've got pink bits in the middle.
Yeah,
that's their reproductive bodies.
I think that was them. I think they're the ones who went over on the bike because you could see pink bits. What do they do? If the jellyfish went, would we have a problem on our hands, do you think?
Okay. You might have a bit of a knock-on effect, because things like turtles eat jellyfish.
Yeah, but do we need turtles?
Well, don't forget that when you take out something from the marine system, something normally feeds on. I mean, they're not just there for the fun of it. Something either feeds on it or feeds on what they excrete.
What you're saying is they exist to sort of feed others and also to eat some stuff that's in the sea.
They control the population of other fish and species that might otherwise be a problem.
Okay, well, let's kind of wrap this up, right? The question that I'm asking today is, do we need them? Say if Noah had his ark, right? You've swum and got on the boat, you're alright, you're safe, he's going to keep you to sort of populate the world as well. Right, so it's you and him. He's not a bad-looking fella, so you're happy.
Yeah.
He says to you, Vicky, do we need him?
Absolutely.
I don't even know why she even gave you that interview. When you start off with, right, trying to find out if I need you, but what did you tell her to get her to talk to you?
Just said I'm doing some research on stuff.
Did she think you were a schoolboy or something?
No, she just said, oh, alright. She said, how long will it go on? I said, not long, just like 5 minutes to have a quick chat. And she loved it, didn't she? She sounded happy to take part in that.
So, I
love the fact that you've got an expert and you suggest that she's going to be having sex with Noah. He's a good fella, so you're happy. She goes, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you stopped there. I didn't go into positions or something. I can't believe...
The problem is, really, I didn't get to the bottom of what I wanted to say, because...
Oh, no, you did. That's it. That's done now. That's a pretty good academic work. That's proved,
No, but the turtle thing, when she said, oh, if you get rid of them, the turtles, won't have anything to eat. But when she said that, I mean, I couldn't say it because it would have took her off and confused her. But...
Well, she's a scientist, she's easily confused.
Well, say, like, when Suzanne is working, right, I'm not a very good cook, so I always get, like, an Indian in. Right?
What? To do the cooking for you?
I don't know what you're going to say.
So, right, I'll have an Indian. Right, now, say if, for some reason, it closed, I'd get a Chinese. So why don't the turtle just... There's loads of stuff in the sea. But I didn't want to get too heavy on her, but...
It's pretty deep.
Oh, that is genius.
But we'll look at...
But so the fact that she said, yes, you need jellyfish, does that mean that you've changed your... I mean, what I'm saying is, does her answer go? Does that stand?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It does, does it?
It does, yeah. Whatever I get the expert to say, I try and get them in a corner.
Right, you try and, argue them into a corner.
Argue them into a corner, but that time she wasn't having any of it, so we've got to carry on having them.
Yeah.
So in the new year, we'll be looking at octopus.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, great. Brilliant. Place and feeder. Christmas.
I think there's often...
Carl with his Victoria Plum. I want to see a Victoria Plum. I want to know what it is. Does it look like a little gnome?
It's a woman gnome.
A female gnome?
Yeah.
A little gnome. Did your mum collect gnomes?
She likes anything gnomes, she likes fairies, she likes, Indians. She collects all that stuff. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it is.
What do you mean?
Like a proper Indian with all the headgear on.
Or a Native American.
Yeah, she likes anything with them on, like, it can be a fridge magnet, it can be, just anything.
A lot of Native American wisdom is around the fridge magnet, because they think it has special powers of adhesion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you read some of their writings, the great works. It reminds me, talking of gnomes, he said to me in the week, he went, oh, did you see that programme on telly last night about dwarves and fellas without legs nicking cars? And I went, no. He went, oh, it's amazing, right? Because they haven't got legs and that. They scoot along and they can nip into a car like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Explain more, Carl.
No, you see, I didn't see it. Someone else told me about it.
Oh!
That's what I said to you. I said, did you see it? Because I missed it. And it's about these little fellas, who, specialise in car nicking. And the thing I wanted to know is, because this lad who sort of only watched half of it.
Is he like you?
Well, I said, I can understand how it's easy to get in, but then how do you get away? Because you can't reach the pedals.
Yeah.
Can there be two of them?
But presumably he opens the car for someone else.
Is it?
What do you mean?
What, so he's steering and he's like, right, press the brake a bit.
And then there's one that's just legs, but without the top half.
I don't understand how this helps them, though. Why does this make it easier for them to steal
Because they can just get through the window really quickly, like in the Dukes of Hazzard.
What?
Because their legs don't get in the way.
Right.
Do they just run? And just...
But what do you mean, the window? I mean, what? So someone's driving along...
No, I didn't see it.
And
This is
leaves
why
the
I'm
window
asking
open?
you. I didn't see
Do
it.
they leap in when there's someone still driving the car?
I don't know.
Well, there's too many things left unanswered here. I can't go
maybe
over
someone's seen
Christmas
it and they
and
can
not know.
email in. But that's sort of...
This panicked you anyway, I imagine.
I bet you were gutted you missed that programme, weren't you?
Well, I'm interested in stuff like that. Because I like learning, which gets us on to educating Ricky.
Oh, excellent. Slick.
We've had a good year of stuff. Teaching
We have,
stuff.
Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Can you remember any of the
Of course I
highlights?
can. There was a deaf girl and she hit her head and she could hear.
Yeah.
There was also some people who ate tomatoes thought they were poisonous on lead. There was also a doctor who gave a blood transfusion with some parrots from the pet store.
Yeah.
Because the doctor in America, and it was the olden days when the lines were bad, said give him his parents' blood, and the doctor this side thought said give him some parrot's blood. So that was true, and that educated me.
That was fact. What have you got for us?
Well, we've only got two, because I've taught you about jellyfish today, that we need them, so we've only got two things to go at, and I give them a little headline so you remember them, to make them snappy. The two headlines you've got, oh, what a catastrophe.
Okay.
And the second one is, well, you'd think it'd be Bughead, wouldn't you?
What?
Well, you'd think it'd be Bughead, wouldn't you?
You'd think it beat...
No, you'd think it'd be...
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be Buggered, wouldn't you?
Bughead.
Bughead.
This can't be... If this is anything with a bug living without a head, I'm not interested. Because we've done it. All you've done is
let's just do, oh, what a catastrophe.
So it is that. Do I do that one first?
Which one are we doing?
No, do the Bughead one.
Right, well, the Bughead one. Well, we've talked a lot about animals and that, haven't we, without heads.
Surprisingly, we have. I think a disproportionate amount on it.
If you're a new listener and this is the first time you listened, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've done all that. We've covered worms, the way if you cut their head off it grows back if you don't cut too high above its neck. We've covered
the chicken,
the fella who blinked.
Yeah, I can't go into it again.
Right,
let's not go into it again.
We've had the chicken with no head that lived for 8 months.
Yeah,
and we've had
the cockroaches living for a week without an head.
Right, okay.
Well, it's a bit more on the cockroach front, really.
Right.
They've found that if you get a cockroach and you cut its head off.
Yeah.
Right, and then you find a cockroach that's still got its head, but it hasn't got any legs.
Right.
Right, it's not over for both of them, right? Because what you can do, you get the one that's got the legs,
right,
with no head, sort of running around, get the one with the head, sit it on top of it,
right,
get a little tube,
okay,
so that the fluids...
So is this Auntie's go out of the room?
Finish.
This is like Blue Peter.
Let him finish.
You could get this for Christmas.
Right, you get a little tube, you sit that on top so the bodily fluids are still running between the two.
Right.
The head of the one on the top will control the feet of the one on the bottom.
Okay.
What about that?
Good.
And, will it continue to live?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't know that for sure, do you?
That was just a question out of the blue he wasn't expecting.
What do you think of that?
Good, yeah, it's great. Yeah, just a primitive nervous system that can, yeah.
Did you expect us to be more impressed and excited by that?
Well,
did you fall off your chair when you read that? You literally topple off. Going,
Did you think you were going to be the Frankenstein of the insect world?
Yeah. No, I just was thinking if they can do that, you know,
with them, can they do it with
humans? Because I also did a bit of research on.
Did you come to the sort of conclusion that apart from the moral aspect of it, that the human was probably more complicated than?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Things move on, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
Science, Rick.
You know, I had Binatone as a kid. Now they've got PlayStation 2, and the difference in 10 years
They
is
have
amazing.
found that if you lose your head, a cockroach can live normally on your body, but not the other way round. Your head on it cannot control its legs because it's too complicated for your brain. So, yeah.
Well, then other research, because I thought if you don't learn from that, I'll give you something else for free, right?
Go on. Free.
That they can clone people.
Uh-huh.
The only reason they don't do it, right? Say if, like, Ricky needed a lung, right? They could clone you and make you the same, but the only reason they don't want to do it is because it'd be a bit horrible, wouldn't it? So
and it would take sort of 18 years for me to get an adult lung.
And there's all kinds of moral implications.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? You hadn't thought of that?
Because, lest we forget, Rick, he ended with the only reason they don't do it is because it's a bit horrible and that. Which scientist said that?
Right, let's
That's a quote.
Right. That's not it. That's not the other one.
That's it.
No, that was just, you know...
We've got another one to come.
Oh, I can't wait.
The headline again? What was the headline again?
The headline, oh, what a catastrophe.
Looking forward to it.
Mark.
Yeah, a bit Mark Heinzel. This is from his covers album. This is called Snowbird.
God. He's so happy that the XFM listeners understand his stupid clues, and he knows it annoys me.
We've got some right answers.
We'll be giving out the answers just quickly, just in case someone sort of missed one of them. I'll just quickly do them.
Yeah, go on.
First one. There's a load of letters. There's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Oh, a Merry Christmas.
Ask your mum if you should.
Oh, and Merry Christmas.
And a couple of people were arguing in the supermarket.
It was Christmas, that's why.
Counter, and that's B.
Okay, we'll give those answers out shortly.
Yeah.
I just have to show you something, Rick, before we move on. I know we've got another Educating Ricky, but someone just sent this in. Yeah. They've been looking on eBay for Victoria Plum.
You're joking?
Come here and see the photograph.
Oh, God, that's fantastic. Hold on.
Let's have a look. That's it.
Oh, God, he got that for his mum!
It's the worst piece of tat I've ever seen.
Carl! Carl. Imagine how... Oh,
gutted.
Carl. Imagine how... Look, think of him now, right?
There it is!
That's the worst thing I've ever seen! I'll tell you, it looks like a Diddy man gone wrong.
It
looks like a Diddy man prostitute. That is...
is that the one, Carl?
Well, it was a different colour. It had a yellow at mine.
No, but look... How do they get? Tell them they
go
into eBay.
So you need to log on to ebay.co.uk. I'm sure you've used it before. It's the online marketplace, ebay.co.uk. And if you type in Victoria Plum, I'm assuming that you can track this down.
That's amazing.
It's the worst piece of rubbish I've ever seen.
Just think how cute he was as a kid, though, doing that. Just think of him, just going... just seeing that and thinking, oh, she likes gnomes! It's the worst thing I've ever seen!
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what her prize collection of gnomes looks like, but I can't imagine they're much better than that. I mean, gnomes are a fairly grotesque thing. But certainly your mum's taste and discretion is...
Did you have those houses on your estate? You'd go in there and it was just loads of those dolls still in their packaging all around the room. And sort of like one of those homes that keeps the sort of packaging on the three-piece suite.
Why don't you buy another one for her for Christmas?
Yeah.
It's $3.99 it looks, but that's £2.49. Because that was $3.99.
Well.
Oh, buy it, Carl.
No, because I've sorted out her passport this year anyway. I'll get her that next year. Right, so listen, right?
Okay.
So, last Educating Ricky of the year.
Oh, Christ.
What a catastrophe.
Yeah, let's do that then. Victoria Plum.
There's this woman, right?
Yeah.
This woman, she's reading Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
And, she's flicking through.
Yeah.
And she notices that there's a world record for a cat, right, with 27 toes, right? So she reads it and she thinks, well, that's not right, because her cat's got 28.
What do you mean her cat's got 28?
Her cat's got 28 toes. So she was like, well, hang on a minute, mine should be in there. So there was
I missed the very beginning of this.
She was
Just looking through the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh,
Sees the record.
woman was looking through the Guinness Book of
The
Records.
woman with the cat with 28 toes looking through, and it said the record for the cat's toes was 27. She thought, hold on. Hold on a minute, Ross McWhirter. My cat's got one more than that cat, so go on.
Anyway, so she said, you know, the person doing the interview with her said, you know, is it happy? And she said, yeah, you know, it's great, and it's really good in the snow.
Right. It gets through a lot of nail varnish.
Well, you know, that's what it said, right? It said it's really good in the snow. So, I just was thinking, I mean, that's it, really.
That's not it.
That's the end of that story. But
Brilliant.
But what I'm thinking is, like,
It was two cats welded together.
No, she said, you know, it's happy. So, is the other sort of disabilities where, in a way, it's not all bad?
Oh, Christ.
No, do you know, like, that book Steve brought in for me? And there was a fella there, wasn't there, who had 3 legs, who was a juggler. And I was like, what's the point of that?
What do you mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of
he's
what?
not taking advantage of having 3 legs, is he, being a juggler?
Yeah, he said he should be a footballer.
Right? So, no, but in a way, he's used it, hasn't he? He's probably not even that good at juggling. But, because he's got 3 legs, people have gone, well, I'll give him a chance. Let's go and see him anyway, see if he's any good.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I'm thinking is he anything else? We've mentioned, the midgets today who are good at robbing cars. Because they can get through the windows like Dukes of Hazzard.
Sorry, so listen, look, I'd just like to say, this is the Radio Authority listening, we are in no way suggesting that one, midget's forte in life is robbing cars, or that if you're a midget sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself, that you should go out robbing cars. I'd just like to say, this is Karl Pilkington talking.
The views of Karl Pilkington do not necessarily reflect those of XFM or us.
Yeah, but it was a TV programme, so it's not me, I'm just saying what I've seen on telly.
That you didn't see?
That somebody told me about.
Yeah, just so you could be wrong, just like a lot of your spurious facts that you just see on the internet, you know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else? We've seen the fellow with 3 legs.
So what you're saying is there a disability that is actually an advantage?
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I mean? Steve mentioned about the disabled loo. They're always really roomy, and like got multi-gym facilities in them.
Multi-gym facilities!
Oh, do you know what I mean?
Multi-gym facilities! What do you mean, Karl?
There's always bars everywhere and that, isn't there?
That's not parallel bars.
Yeah,
That's
they
to help
don't
them
do
get up.
gymnastics!
They're not in there working out.
But I'm just saying though, do you know what I mean? So in a way, they've got that. So, always, what I'm saying is, when you look on the brighter side, it's like Elephant Man would have never got up and gone, oh, look at me hair today.
Nor do you.
No, but, do you know what I mean? He would never have that problem.
You're a maniac.
Forget it. I thought we'd be able to, like, get a serious discussion going here.
Well, okay then. So, this is a serious discussion, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's treat it sensitively then. If you really want a serious discussion and talk about whether there are some disabilities that are an advantage, let's think of some then, shall we?
Well, I've said 3 already.
Yeah, you can't say, if you're deaf, Bobby Davery won't annoy you. That doesn't count as an advantage. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean?
Carl's looking at you thinking, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it then. I'll come up with a better feature for next year.
Oh.
We'll bin that.
Oh,
So if you've got any
We've
disabilities...
been that, like that was gonna be a feature.
What, you were hoping that would be a spin-off feature? Disabilities are actually
it's
an
another
advantage.
form of do we need them? It's like,
But that's Carl, think of it, it's like that joke, a bloke that, wakes up in hospital, says, good news and bad news. Bad news is we've had to amputate both legs. What's the good news? The fellow in the next bed wants to buy you slippers. See, that's not an advantage. It's a joke. That doesn't really happen. People don't go, oh, that is good news. Yeah, I'll probably get a quid from him. Do you know what I mean?
But the fellow with 3 feet, what would he do?
Well, he'd buy a pair and then just nick one of those because they put out one shoe, don't they? Are those, yeah, if you've got one leg, you can nick shoes. Good point,
Right,
Karl.
now I'm getting you thinking.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll do Rockbusters Answers next then.
Happy Christmas, war's over and all that.
Indeed, yeah.
Brilliant tune.
Great tune. And
Well,
lovely sentiments.
I've had a great time. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope we haven't offended you by some of Karl's rantings. Just think of what he's gone through in his life. That Victoria Plum incident.
Carl, I've got a little gift for you here before we go.
Oh, you're joking. I haven't got you anything.
Well, no, you haven't got your girlfriend anything. I wasn't expecting much. It's not exciting, but it's worth taking. In fact, why don't you just re-gift that straight away?
It's alright, cheers for that.
It don't even looked at it.
Champagne.
That's not the champagne we got free from the BBC, is it?
It's not actually, no, Rick, because, that is far too good for the likes of Carl.
Oh, right.
And I wasn't gonna give it to him, you wouldn't appreciate it, that's just sparkling wine.
Oh, brilliant, I love that.
Yeah, he doesn't know the difference.
I'm seeing Carl on Christmas Day, 'cause, he's around Christmas Day in London, so I'll get a little gift then, Carl.
Alright.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be a nice little...
Okay, answers, we must give the answers.
You would have to go to bed at 6, though, so we can play.
Right, here's the last clues of the year. You had, there's a load of letters there asking for advice. Put them on Claire's desk.
Go
that
on,
was
I did.
F. That was for foreigner. For Rayner.
I don't know what you mean.
Claire Rayner. She took advice. She gave people advice. So that's a foreigner.
That is shit.
Right.
I'm sorry. That may be Christmas. That is absolute dart.
A lot of people got the right answer.
I know.
Yeah,
well, that
they
annoys
right,
me even more.
The second one, ask your mum.
Foreigner.
Yeah.
Foreigner.
Second one, ask your mum if you should. That was S. That was Shalimar. Shalimar. Right?
No, bizarrely, what was the clue there?
Ask your mum if you should.
No, we got a lot of people saying Smashing Pumpkins. There's the answer to that. But I don't know who's saying that to their mum. Smashing Pumpkins. Merry Christmas, Mum. Smashing
Thanks
Pumpkins.
very much. Nice bollocks. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Right.
Smashing Pumpkins. Your dad bought them for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
And the last one,
Lovely plums. What, my Victorians?
Oh, God.
Right, we've got to wrap it up.
Come on, then.
A couple of people were arguing in the supermarket at the fruit and veg counter. That was B, that was Banana Drama. They were, like, having an argument.
What do you mean Banana Drama? What? No, wait. What group is Banana Drama? What group is Banana Drama?
So,
you're a fool. You're a twat.
When you say that, but you accuse Carl of that, you're also accusing lots of the listeners, including the winner, Nicola Rogers, of London, and she wins those great prizes, and she got them bang on, so...
Banana Drama.
so, can we finish there now?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean, can we finish there now?
Just play the ads and go.
What?
No, what are you talking about? We're going to play Jamie
Jamie
Mitchell. We're
Mitchell
sing it all day.
Play that then.
Goodness me, Carl, look at you.
We haven't got time.
Merry Christmas, Carl.
Merry Christmas, Carl.
Enjoy the